it's Russ and Lauren right here on the Infectious Groove Music Channel. It is Vinyl Sundays.
Whoa.
Let the congregation rejoice. We are here to share with you a review of a vinyl record that we purchased recently and have been enjoying. And we walk through all the things that we think are important when it comes to buying a record. And we hope that you will enjoy it and share with us your comments below on it. Today, we are talking about a thing that you don't get to say too often, which is the phrase, Howard Jones has a new album. And we're very excited about it.
Yes.
New-ish, by the way.
Last year.
Within a year of us getting around to picking it up. We were recently in a record store in Orlando, Florida, Park Avenue CDs. Shout out to y'all. Great record store. We were on our way out of town, stopped in. We're almost on the way out the door.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, first of all, they opened at 11. We got there a little after 11, and the place was packed.
Yeah, which is hooray, huzzah and kudos.
Good.
Yeah. You got to be doing something right if your record store is packed on a Sunday morning. So again, shout out to Park Avenue CDs in Orlando, just outside of Orlando. It's listed as Orlando. But we were almost on our way out the door, not for lack of, they had a ton of great stuff. There was just nothing we were really looking for. And she was like, oh, wait, this is the new-ish Howard Jones LP. And I was like, well, we got to buy that now. We love Howard Jones on the channel for any number of reasons. He's just an awesome human being from what we can tell. Makes fantastic music. If you're watching this video and you're like, why are they so excited about Howard Jones? If you go to Spotify and you just play like the first 5 songs that come up by him, every song you'll go, oh my God, I love this song.
Right?
He's that guy.
Yeah. And if you're watching this video and you are Howard Jones, hi.
Yeah. Thank you. Not for watching, for being you.
Yeah.
And releasing music. So we are going to go through what we usually do with all of that stuff. It's weird because the first thing we always start with is packaging. And the packaging on this is like kind of plain Jane, but there's one thing that I got overly excited about.
Yeah. And so I'm not usually the one that opens our records, but I opened this one because Howard's my guy. I was like, no, I need to open this. And so I cut through the cellophane on the outside, and I popped it open. It's the most orange
It's like the brightest orange
ever seen.
Yeah. And we always put up pictures on the videos for you to see, and you'll see. And I know this sounds so silly to be excited about, but like, that's not it. I know that whomever pressed this, it was paid extra to do that. Like it would just be white inside the sleeve or black or whatever. And the fact that like that bright orange is in there and it's the same color as the inner sleeve for the liner notes, which insert rant here. I wish it had a paper sleeve or a rice paper sleeve, but I've said on the channel many times before, I don't mind when it's lyrics printed on the sleeve. Like if you're gonna give me a cardboard or a knot, if you're gonna give me any variant of a rice paper sleeve, if you have artwork or lyrics, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and I think this was space well used because you learn a lot from what's printed on this, right? So the lyrics to all of the songs are there, but Howard also does this great thing where he kind of gives you a little blurb to contextualize each song. This is what I was thinking when I wrote this. This is kind of what this is about. And I some might say like, why are you explaining your art to me? But at the same time, I absolutely appreciated knowing where he was coming from with all of this stuff. And it gave me another layer of appreciation for what was happening.
So I should stop and say I understand exactly what you were saying. I understand the people that go, why are you explaining your art to me? But I'm also, if you're a long time viewer of the channel, I'm a Roger Waters guy. I think Amused to Death is one of the greatest records I've ever heard. And like 5 years after Amused to Death came out, I was still going, oh, that's what he meant. So like, I'm okay with an artist going like, here's exactly what this is. And just the little bits that I read, I totally agree with everything that he said. Again, thanks Howard, if you're watching. There's the little blurb about being an online troll and everything. And if you saw our vinyl video recently that we reviewed the GNR single, I made several direct comments to people in the GNR community because there's a whole contingency of people out there who feel like they can say whatever they want to whomever they want. And I love that there's a generation of people like Howard Jones who have a voice and are not telling you what to say, or they're just saying, just think about it.
Think about this. Yeah. And I don't know if this is an appropriate spot in this video to put this, but I feel like I need to make sure that I say this before I forget to say it. from the liner notes, I learned that this album Dialogue is the third
Part of
in
a series.
what is supposed to be a 4-album series. So thank you, Howard, for the homework. I
Yeah.
now have to dig back
I
and
know we have to go back
put it
and
all
listen.
together.
And also, I mean, you do you, but also we would like the next
I
one.
would like the fourth one, please.
No, yeah, now if that's good for you.
You know, whenever you have
Yeah.
time.
So which directly leads us into sound. We always talk about sound because that matters more than anything. Fantastic sounding LP.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is like reference material. Like I wouldn't ever say to somebody like, I will now sell a $1,500 turntable. Please bring me a copy of
Howard Jones Dialogue.
Yeah. But I think it could make a standard setup sound. Like we have a modest setup at best with our setup, and it sounds the sound stage is very wide, very deep bass, good crisp high, very good low. There was nothing about this that made me say to you, like, they probably shouldn't have bothered with the vinyl pressing. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
get that.
Yeah,
I get that completely.
yeah, it all sounded
Yeah.
fantastic. Price wise. It's going to vary. I've seen this on Amazon as low as $22. I want to say we paid around
27?
30, yeah, 20 around 30 bucks.
$27.98.
Right, yeah, 27.
The stickers on the still
not to
on
be
the outside.
not
of
to be
it.
exact. I think in the year of our Lord 2024, if you're paying around $30 for a record this good, great.
Yeah.
That's a reasonable price, I think, to
mm-hmm.
ask. Especially with, and I know most people are going to see, we throw it on the screen. You're going to see that the inner thing, and you're going to be like, "Why are they so excited about orange?"
It's
like,
so
it just
orange.
matters to me that.
But when you got it, you're like, whoa.
Yeah,
You know, it's like, you don't
Yeah.
expect that. I like
which
it.
I think ties into our last point, value. I know value is a beauty is in the eye thing, and we would not, I don't think we ever have on this channel said you should spend this money on this, or we think you should. But I try hard to say like you should, like I don't know if it's worth you paying this for it or whatever. If you're at all a Howard Jones fan, I couldn't see not making sure to pay for this format.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, when we were listening to it, right, because we bought this like blind, right? You know, hadn't even
I guess
streamed
that's
it.
worth mentioning. Neither of us had heard one.
Hadn't
ounce,
even streamed it.
not even 1 second of
And-
music off of it before we.
Right.
Yeah.
And I love like 80s Howard Jones stuff, right? And so we put this on, and I think the first thing you said after you'd kind of started digesting it a little bit was like, this sounds very early 80s, but I'm not mad at it. And we've said this before about some other stuff. Like if you listen to anything off of Howard Jones' first album, like if you hear the song New Song, right? Everything on this album sounds like what that guy would be doing 40 years later.
Yeah,
and I
which
think
is-
that's very, very cool. Like there's growth, there's evolution, but there's also like, this is who I am.
No,
and
absolutely.
I love that.
In the end, I guess with the value proposition, my thing is, because I don't expect everybody to be like, oh, sure, I'll just slap $25 down because I said it's worth the value. I would go to streaming, bring up any song from this record, any song, and if you like the first minute and a half, I think it's worth your $25-$30.
Yeah.
I think the
this
value
is great to
there.
have on. Like this is
Yeah,
just,
the whole thing
the
is.
whole thing. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
And I don't say that lightly.
She doesn't. So to recap, Howard Jones, thanks not for watching, if you are watching, but for being you and
You're
putting
awesome.
out music like this. Give us a call sometime. But if you are a vinyl fan or a synth fan or an 80s pop fan, or you just like music in general, please, by all means, drop a like on this video. Leave us a comment. We had a music group we're in on Facebook that the very first thing I posted about it, the very first comment was Howard Jones is still making music, like not in a crappy way. It was like, oh wow, I need to know about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you didn't know that, then let us know. Listen to some tracks, see what you think. Drop a like. Please share our video out to your friends and family. Show them your wonderful friends on the internet that you found. And as we always say, thank you so much for watching.